Hi guys, it's me, Terry of the Yarnjoy podcast. Welcome to Vlogtober, day 10. Okay, so for my mini project today, following Laura of Happy Berry Crochet here on YouTube, I decided to make the little mouse. It took such a tiny bit of yarn. I did use 3-weight yarn. I think it was Bernat Softy Baby. And I think he turned out super cute. It's so tiny, I had even thought about maybe making a zipper pull out of him. I have some fabric, just a small piece of fabric that's got mushrooms on it. It's really cute, and I thought that that would be really cute as a zipper pull, but I don't know. We'll see what I do with him. But he's so cute, and he turned, I mean, it was a very fast project. So that is my mini project for the day. Now on to the trivia questions from yesterday. Number 1 was, which former Beatle was the first person to be featured on the cover of Rolling Stone? Was it A, George Harrison, B, Paul McCartney, C, John Lennon, or D, Ringo Starr? And the answer to that one was C. No, it wasn't the naked picture of Yoko Ono. In 1967, John Lennon was featured in a still from the film How I Won the War. All told, Lennon was featured on the cover of 3 of the first 10 issues of Rolling Stone. Okay? Okay, number 2 was true or false. Bob Newhart never won an Emmy for his role in Newhart. And the answer to that one was true. Surprisingly, the hilarious Newhart never won an Emmy for any of his regular television work. He finally won an Emmy in 2013 for the Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series for his role as Professor Proton on the sitcom The Big Bang Theory. Okay. Number 3, Brat Pack movies, The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and 16 Candles, all directed by John Hughes, were set in the suburbs of which metropolis? A, Boston, B, Chicago, C, Los Angeles, or D, Philadelphia? And the answer to that one was B. It seems there was no place like home for Hughes, who grew up in Northbrook, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago. Okay, there's the answers for those. Okay, so today's trivia questions. Number 1, what do Homer Simpson and Elvis Presley have in common? Okay. Number 2, the first commercially sold home video game console was A, RCA Studio 2, B, Coleco Telstar, C, Magnavox Odyssey, or D, Atari Pong? Okay. And number 3, what's the full name of blues legend B.B. King? Is it A, Big Bopper, B, Big Boy, C, Riley B, or D, Baby Blue? Okay. So stay tuned tomorrow for the answers. Okay, so next section is the Q&A. Bendy McPhee asked me, what do you use to keep track of your projects, crochet alongs, etc.? Okay, so, and I have been asked this before, I think, yeah, somebody had asked me about looking at my notebook that I use to keep track of my projects. Now, I'm very new at keeping track of my projects. Really, this is the first, well, last year I did keep track as far as doing tally marks back there on the board. Keeping track of the goals that I had set, and also the categories like how many blankets I made, how many hats I made, how many amigurumis I made, stuff like that. But that was it. I didn't keep track of them anywhere else. So this year I thought I would step up my organization a little bit and actually try to keep track in a notebook. Okay, so I got this notebook from Tuesday morning. I thought it was very pretty. I love the peacock and the flowers, and it's got this little magnet clasp here that's got a flower on it. Anyway, I thought it was pretty. And the pages are even pretty. They have, they're lined and they have flowers in the corners. So anyway, so I got this, and so I decided, well, first I looked at happy planners and planners like that, calendar type planners, and I do use one for our homeschool, okay, for the assignments, keeping track of that. But I looked at, like I said, happy planners, stuff like that, because I thought, oh, they're so cute, and I like all the pages, and they just seem so organized. But I just felt like that was just too detailed for me to get started with. I was like, no, I don't think so. And so I thought, well, I'll just get this notebook and I'll just come up with the pages myself and just keep track of just basic things. So the main thing I wanted to keep track of was my yearly goals, which I did that on the first few pages here, okay? I put this pineapple sticker right there. It says, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside. Like a pineapple. But anyway, the first couple of pages, I did put my yearly goals, my crafty goals for 2019. And then I have a page that I do tally marks for all the different categories of items that I make. Okay, and then after that I just started with my projects, and so I write the name of the project, the pattern or the pattern designer or where I got the pattern, and then I write off to the side. I make sure that I write the hook size and of what I'm using, okay, and then when I finish it on the opposite side I put a check mark. So if you can see right here, I put check marks when I finish the projects, okay? And then I go through and I kind of embellish. I've got some stickers and things that I put on to embellish. Got stickers here. I put little banners at the bottom. Then I get to where I put, well, see the eyelashes. But I start putting, some of them I have washi tape that I put across the top. And then I even started, some of the other pages I put washi tape on the bottom. And here's a Mickey Mouse sticker. So, you know, it's not, well, I wouldn't say it's super organized, but it's definitely a step up from what I had been doing. So, this next year I may do a little bit more. I don't know. But this is the main things that I wanted to keep track of, is the name of the pattern, the hook size, and where to find the pattern. Because I've been asked, somebody would go back and watch some of my older videos, and I would be asked like, oh, where do you find that pattern? Or where did you, well, but I do link the pattern in the description box below the video. But they would also ask me like what hook size I used or stuff like that. And so this helps me so much. It also helps me if I'm got a project that I started at the beginning of the year, which I do. Let's see, I have, for example, let's see, I have a, let's see, where is it? Oh, yes, I have a scrap C to C squares right there, and I started that in the very beginning of the year, and I'm using an eye hook, but I'm still I still pull it out and work on it from time to time, and I mean, that was like, I didn't put the date. Maybe I'll do that next year, is I'll put the date that I started. That would be awesome, right? And then maybe even the date when I end, and that way I can see how long it took me, maybe. I don't know. That's an idea. But anyway, and so if my hook gets separated from that project, I can go back and I can say, oh yes, I used an eye hook for that, a 5.5 millimeter. And so that has helped me several times that I've had to go back, oh, which hook am I using for this, you know? So that's how I keep track of my projects. That's how I'm doing it this year. I also have another notebook that I keep notes for my YouTube videos, and like show notes. That sounds funny, but anyway, so that notebook and this notebook is what I'm doing this year. So there you go. Okay, let's see. Next question. That was a long explanation. Sorry. Next question is from Pam Smith, and she asked me, do you watch much television, and if so, what type of program? Well, it depends on the time of the year, okay? Right now, the new seasons of all these shows are going on, so yes, I do watch either when the show is happening, or I go back and watch on demand, you know, the episode to catch up. Let's see, what shows am I watching? I have to go by which night it comes on. Let's see, I've been watching on Sunday nights, I've been watching God Friended Me. It's pretty cool, I like it. And then on Monday nights, I watch Rescue 911. I have a thing for, well, you'll see a trend when I tell you the other shows that I watch. Okay, and so that's on Monday. Oh, and The Good Doctor. Got to watch The Good Doctor. And then on Mondays. And then on Tuesdays, I watched This Is Us. Oh, I love that one. And New Amsterdam. And what's the third one? Oh, The Resident on Fox, yeah. Okay, and then that's Tuesdays. Wednesdays, I like to watch Chicago Med, yep, and Chicago Fire. I love those two shows. I don't watch Chicago PD only because, this is kind of weird, but I don't watch Chicago PD because I didn't watch it from the beginning, season 1, and so I haven't been able to find it available, episodes from the beginning, season 1. I don't have Hulu, and it's not on Amazon Prime. I haven't seen it, and so if I can't watch it from the beginning, I don't like to get into it in the middle, so I don't watch Chicago PD. Let's see, Thursday nights I watch A Million Little Things, yeah, and Fridays Blue Bloods. Okay, so if you see the trend, it's some of them are cop shows a little bit, hospital shows. I used to watch Grey's Anatomy, but I kind of lost interest in that, so I don't watch Grey's Anatomy anymore. But Chicago Med, yes. Fire department shows, because I watch Chicago Fire, and The Resident's a hospital show, The Good Doctor is a hospital show. So, anyway, those are the shows that I'm watching. Of course, I love Downton Abbey. And then Call the Midwife. I love that show. So every spring when it comes out here in the States, I always have to watch that. I always feel bad that there's only like 8 episodes and then that's it. And then you gotta wait the whole year until the season comes up again. So that's the main shows I watch. And besides that, it's YouTube videos. And yeah. Amazon Prime. I have Amazon Prime. Netflix. So anyway, so the off seasons when there's not any new episodes, then I'll watch more things I watched before. I'll rewatch seasons sometimes of things. I've watched Call the Midwife like 2 or 3 times through, and I've just started watching Downton Abbey from the beginning again, and this will be my 3rd time through, I think. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and Pam also asked me, can or do you sing? Well, I sang in our church choir for about 20 years. A long time. I loved it. I enjoyed it so much. but I started having a little bit of trouble with my throat, and so discovered that I have a cyst. It's not in my thyroid. It is above my thyroid, and it's called a thyroglossal cyst. It's like a cyst that's got thyroid cells in it. It's not dangerous unless it starts growing. The only reason they discovered it is because it's pretty close to my voice box. And so when I sing a whole lot, all that vibration in there, it kind of irritates that cyst. And I don't want to irritate it because they said as long as it's not growing, then it's fine. We'll just leave it there. But if it starts growing, then they'll have to remove it. So anyway, I decided that I've retired from singing. I will sing in church, but I won't sing like with the choir or whatever, because I'll sing along with the choir or the radio or whatever, but I don't overdo it. So okay, so that's my explanation for that. Okay, next question is, how big is your yarn stash? And that is from Beth's Yarn Tales. Well, I did a Flash Your Stash video in the beginning of the year, and so you can go back and watch that. I'll link it in the description box below if you like. But I've gotten a little more yarn since then. Of course, I've got yarn back there on those shelves. I've got yarn in that hanger right there besides the shelf. I've got a wardrobe over here that's got yarn in it that's in like shoe caddies. I have yarn in that closet over there. A shelf, one shelf, right? No, two shelves, got yarn on it. And then a couple of episodes back, I showed you, was it last week? Anyway, I showed you a shoe organizer that I purchased at Costco, and I've got yarn in that, and so I will snap it. Well, it's kind of a mess, so let me clean up that area. I really like it, but it's like right underneath my whip wall, and my whip wall is a disaster, and so I'll clean it up and then I'll show you a picture of that. Anyway, it's a big yarn stash, bigger than, not as big as some people's, but bigger than I'd like. And so I'm going to, that is one of my goals I'm already thinking about for next year, is to really concentrate on projects that will use this. So come along with me and see what I do with all this yarn. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Come back tomorrow and we'll have another visit for Vlogtober Day 11. See you later, guys. Bye.